I had a bit of a deja vu moment. You scored. I was expecting them to score. As I didn't the other day. It's great that you held off. Did you something differently upon scoring a goal from the other night to help avert that?
Yeah, for me was important today how we work together and in our defense behavior to support each other and to play very strong in the duels and really good moments in our back four behavior. Then, of course, we had the momentum on our side the second half with great save, the penalty from Carlos. That was top. And yeah, we spoke in the halftime about that we need our fullbacks, especially when it's close in the center. Then we have to join with our fullbacks, and Dylan did it very well in that moment. Good diagonal play, and it's good. It's good to see how consistently we are in our performance first of all, and of course then it's a really good feeling to win this game today.
Next, we go to Michael.
Coach, I know you're someone who doesn't like to talk about things that happened before you got here, but this was the team's first win against Philly since 2019. For someone who talks about creating emotions with the fans, a lot of the fans kind of just saw these games against Philly for the last couple of years as we're probably not going to be, they didn't have the right mindset going into these games because there wasn't a win. What does it mean to you to create that positive emotion tonight after tonight's result?
I know that's very important, not only for our club, for our groups, and also for our supporters that we have this feeling to win against Philly. But what I can say, and before the game, when we came out after the last speech in the locker room, the atmosphere was great before the game. That this is what we need every time to support, to believe all together in the way how we want to play, and it's good to have these emotions every time to create these emotions. And I'm a very emotional guy, and I need also these emotions. Of course, what I said, we are very happy to win this game, but for me was not the focus before the game. Okay, we want to change the result of Philly because the last win was, I don't know, 6 years ago. To be honest, I heard this after the game. This was not my main focus, my motivation now. So for me was clear after Wednesday. Our behavior in the locker room our mindset was great after this game, and we played also very well the last game on Wednesday against Philly. And then these 2 training sessions to prepare everything for the new challenge, next opportunity, and this is the way how you can win against Philly, like we did it today.
Next, we go to Sebastian.
How you doing, Coach? Congratulations for the victory. Because you beat the leader of the conference, because you just lost with the Philly a couple of days ago, because the PK saved by Carlos, because the atmosphere and the people. These 3 points, this victory tastes different.
Well, of course. It's every time the life quality is higher when you win games. I'm saying that always, so this is especially for me. The next day it feels better when you wake up. But nothing changed in our direction. Nothing changed in our mindset. We have to go step by step, day by day. Next training session to have the focus, and then we have a long week for the next game on Sunday in Charlotte. And yeah, but for me, to be honest, is the last weeks, the performance, the behavior, the intensity which we played after Chicago, all these Leagues Cup games, Salt Lake with the energy in our stadium. Then on Wednesday as well. Unlucky, that can happen. I said this in the press conference directly after the US Open Cup game. We were disappointed about the result, but not about the behavior. And it's good when you play the second time in 3 days against Philly that you have this chance. And not that we are always talking about performance. Of course, you need then also the results. What I said, life quality is then better, higher. Everything makes more fun, especially with me.
Next, go to Gary.
Tonight to focus on the midfield, and one in particular. Talk to me about how Daniel Edelman played today. He was basically all over the place and gave the Philly attackers fits, especially on second balls. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, and for me, both Sixers were very good on Wednesday as well. very active, clear focus for the second ball, to play simple when we have the ball, because we know also it's a really good team, Philly, and how they press, especially in the center, that you don't lose sometimes easily the ball. And but Danny and Pete was great performance, great leading the team when we start our press, when they are long ball, then to be ready for the second ball like that. And I said this on Thursday directly when we had our training session. Before we had our recovery training session, they were in my office, and Danny told me this losing game on Wednesday, it was a little bit similar feeling for him individual, like we lost against LA Galaxy. And I said, stop. After LA Galaxy, 100%, because you don't have the chance to play three days later against them. That's the difference. Don't forget it. And we have seen this, the mentality. He was directly in the game with Peter Stroud together.
Next, we go to Mo.
Coach, can we get a little update on Sofo and Donkor on their illness?
Yeah, Donko was on the bench. So, but he trained yesterday a little bit. On Thursday he was not in our team training session. Sofo is we have seen him today the first time, so he's sick, and I'm pretty sure then he's starting then the team training session next week.
And also, we saw Sergin Goma today. He looked exhausted after like 70th minute today and Wednesday as well. Is there a reason why he can't finish the 90 minutes?
But when you look the history of Sergin Goma, especially with his injury, and of course that's normal, and we took this risk, to be honest, that he's starting again today. So because Wednesday game, then Saturday game, it's a new load for him, and the last months, last years, he's most of the time doing individual because with small injuries, and that's now really good for him also to believe for himself, his body, that he's able to go every time 75 minutes. And I'm pretty sure when he's coming in the rhythm, hopefully without injury, then I'm pretty sure then, because he's very professional every time in his preparation before the training, after the training, I'm pretty sure then he can also play 90 minutes, 95. But we have every time to look for him, and we have the responsibility.
Next, go to James.
Thank you, Sandro. The back line faced a barrage of chances late in the game. Service in, a lot of aerial duels won. Talk about just the experience you've had from Noah Ayla, who has been in just about every match this season, anchoring the back line, and then Tim Parker, who comes in and has been, like you said, a great leader off the sidelines, but now contributing very well. Yeah, Noah is consistently, and but we have some topics what he has to improve. That's clear. He's a young player, but he's consistently in his performance most of the time. We can see that in training session and also in the games. And Tim Parker is what he played the last games. Is good quality, really good quality, and how he is leading the team, and with his body language and his coaching. And then when you have such a guy who feels also the responsibility on the field to help the team in each situation, then around him also the players getting better. And that's the most quality for me from Tim Parker, that then also around him the players, they have the confidence, and he played very well, Tim, for me.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions, Coach. First, we'll go to Voss, and then we'll go over to Zoom to Daniel Feuerstein. Voss, you have the floor.
Congratulations on the win, Coach. Just wanted to ask you about the team shape closing out the game. I think you had brought on Sean Nealis and kind of switched to a back 3 and had the 2 right back and a left back kind of sit back a bit. Can you talk about that? And also, you already built on the importance of Tim Parker in the defense. He started 3 of the last 6 games, and you already talked about his vocal leadership. Is there anything else that he can possibly provide, do you think, moving forward to be a consistent starter in the starting 11?
Yeah, he was injured last Wednesday. Don't forget that. And of course, so it starts now with the team training session. But of course, when you are playing like this, then could be that the probability is high that he's also playing on turf in Charlotte on Sunday. So, but first of all, we have to look for the team training session. And the first question was because of the center backs. Yeah, because we were thinking about then with a lot of crosses, set pieces, free kicks on the side, and then we decided, okay, we need then 3 center backs to bring this result home, and yeah, that was the reason.
And we'll finish up with Dan.
Sandro, congratulations on the victory. Great results. Did you make any tactical slight changes defensively to make sure that you kept Philadelphia off the scoreboard? And secondly, what an amazing save by Carlos Coronel to keep you in that match after the penalty was called.
But the second sentence was not a question, no, huh? Yeah, exactly what you said, what I said, Carlos. Yeah, great save, and he kept us in our game, and we need then also these emotions. That was great, and so the first question was, what was it? The first question? Or what? Defensive. Yeah. Any change? No. Some details. It's clear. This is we have to do our job very professional, very serious, and it's clear that we analyzed our last game on Wednesday, and to look how we have to defend against some movements from their sixers maybe, and this was then in the morning today the topic. But in general, in our pressing behavior and our structure was similar.